just a great win for our team. Trailing for basically almost 7 innings, and the run we gave up, probably is a play that can be made. The wind kind of affected it. Just an incredible job by Trey Killian, and showed a lot of heart. I mean, what you saw today is what we got last weekend from him at Florida, and we got beat 1-0. And we haven't really backed him up all year. He's been incredible the last 3 weekends, and he's got a lot of toughness to him, and he battled. And I know his pitch count was getting up there, and I don't even know what it was till I just looked at it right now, but I guarantee if we'd have tried to take him out there in the 9th, he would have went crazy, and he deserved it. He deserved to stay out there and finish that thing if at all possible. But good job by our team battling. We ended up putting together, I think, 3 consecutive hits with 2 outs to tie that thing, and then obviously we got a base hit by Eric Fisher, left on left, with an 0-2 count, and he took an 0-2 pitch and slapped it to left to give us the lead. That was a big at bat.
Last 3 outings, 24 innings, 3 runs allowed. Only 3 scored for him, but those were 2 big runs today. I mean, just confidence-wise, how big is that for him and for the team to kind of get over that hurt?
I mean, it's huge for him, I'm sure. He's feeling good. He's got a very good fastball, and he can throw it when, he really can command it. And what's really taken him to the next level, what I've seen the last 3 outings, is his off-speed stuff. I mean, his breaking balls, he's throwing it a lot more for a strike. He's keeping it down. Just like the last pitch of the game, he was ahead in the count, and he threw it where he needed to throw it, down where it couldn't hurt him. And if he takes it, he takes it, but you're not going to hit that pitch. And strike 3 swung over the top of it. So big confidence booster for our team as well. I mean, starting to win some 1-run games. Things can change, and whenever you get beat up like we got beat up last night, it was huge for us to come back and find a way to win today.
Were you surprised that they walked Wise there to get to Fisher, or is that
No, and I think that excuse me, they were looking at possibly just left double play situation, whatever. They just thought it was a better matchup.
How big was that for Eric to come out?
Well, I think it was huge. And he's done a better job hitting lefties lately, and I almost started, and I thought, well, we'll do what I did last Sunday. Started a lot of right-handers against the lefty, and we swung the bats pretty good, and I just thought we'd go with that. Wasn't that I didn't think he could do it. It's just kind of going with what try to go with what worked last weekend. So I think that was big for him, though. Left on left, staying over a pitch like that, not pulling off, and hitting an opposite field single.
Dave, last night, though, you used 6 pitchers today. You saved your bullpen. I mean, I know Killian, but how big was that?
That was huge. I mean, that was big for us, And going into Sunday, the biggest game of the weekend, obviously now for us and for them, it helps us, at least feel a little better about maybe being able to match up and use a couple 3 guys that maybe went last night, didn't have good outings, and they're ready to get back on that mound. And we also saved, 2 guys we were looking at going with today, Michael Gunn being one of them, and Jacob Stone being the other, some older kids. And then we've got, a couple 3 more we can throw in there. And, I'm sure it'll be a great ball game tomorrow.
How does it feel to win a 2-1 game? You've been on 3 in those kind of games.
Yeah, the 2-1 games have been tough on us. We won a 4-3 game last week, but finally to get a 2-1 win is nice. And I'd rather have it be 10-2, but just winning is good. It's almost to the point now where the 1-run games don't bother us. It was the same last year. We played a bunch of them. It's the same. It's just the way it is. We just got to coach till the last out.
How proud of your team after what happened last night to come back and fight and battle for?
Yeah, I mean, I'm real proud of them. I mean, just to hang in there because things weren't going our way. We felt like we should have caught a ball that was blooped down the right field line, and that was disappointing. And then we let a pop-up drop on the mound, and we had 3 guys looking at each other and 1 guy trying to find the ball, and the 2 that should have been going after it were looking at it for him. I just want somebody to take control. It's like I told him when I pulled him up, I said, hey, if you're going to get beat, you need to get beat giving your greatest effort. I should have had 4 guys calling that ball. And, I told him we got to be aggressive. We need to we need to take the game to them. And it didn't really do anything at the time, but I think it just squared away some guys mentally. Instead of just pressing and being nervous and trying not to lose, hey, how about trying to win? And that's the biggest thing I was trying to get across to them is, we've lost our share of games. We need to try to win a game and not to mess up, because that's what I was seeing out there. And I think we picked up our intensity a little bit better, and it was huge, obviously, to get those base hits. We got, I think, the 7-hole hitter, the 8-hole hitter, and the 9-hole hitter. They tied that game for us. That was a great job.
You talked about that ball that dropped in the infield. The next Trey ran and hustled and caught that one in the foul ground,
Yeah.
and then the one he jumped up. Just defensively, he kind of, once that play happened,
Yeah,
he kinda took
I mean,
over.
he was irritated about it, obviously. And when that ball went up over there, first baseman was playing kind of deep, and he could have probably got there. We're all yelling out of the dugout, "Take it to Trey. You get it yourself. Don't rely on anybody. Just take it." And he did it.
Like Wise didn't see it for it, very, like if he was going to call somebody
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure Jake's told Trey to take it as well. And, he got there before, Baxendale did, so take it. There's no rule that says the pitcher can't catch a foul pop-up.
But just the defense that he kind of showed outside of what he was able to do on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, how about the play when he, got up pretty good? He used that mound and exploded off of it, and that was a leadoff man. For that ball gets over his head, that's an infield single. And that was a leadoff man, I think. That was a big play. Showed a little spunk and fire and spirit, and, I think our players fed off of it.
Long range, do you look at maybe switching Killian's spot in the rotation?
It could happen, yeah. We've talked about it, moving him to Friday. He wants to pitch on Fridays. But realistically, they all count the same, but we'll see how it goes. We need to get Beeks a little bit of rest, and he got that by only throwing about 40, 50 pitches yesterday. And, he probably could be available tomorrow if we needed him for an out or two. So, and if that happens, then that would probably naturally push him later in the weekend. But we'll make that decision after this weekend.
Does Oliver or Poche go tomorrow?
We're going to go with Oliver. Yeah.
How about that play at third base in the ninth? You threw him out from the grass. I think it was in the ninth, right?
Yeah, Warren.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I-
Yeah,
Base.
yeah. I mean, he was. We had him on the line, and he knew that the runner wasn't a great runner, and he fielded it way back there, and the ball kind of jumped up on him, and he got his feet in position and set him and made an accurate throw. That was a really good play by Warnes there.
I don't know how much you get to look at national stats, but I mean, the last 3 weeks, I don't know if there would be anybody pitching better than Trey.
Well, it'd be hard to. I mean, what's he giving up? I mean, you said it a minute ago, but I mean, really, today's run could have been unearned real easy. And then he gave up one earned run last week, and that was an opposite field 2-strike home run in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. That was the only run of the game. And, I can't think past farther than that. So, he's just done a great job for us.
Yeah, Alabama, they're on 4 in these 2-1 games. Now you guys are both on 3 coming in.
Really? Well, they got a good club. They're solid. They have a tough lineup. They're very physical. They're experienced, and you can't make very many mistakes. And I think with the wind blowing out today, that's what made it, extra special that Trey held them to 1 run.